Here we go. Ready? Your mind is ready? Okay, so unfair. I noticed that they changed. Custom used to be here. It used to be story first and then all the way down. Now custom is here. So essentially custom is anytime you take one of these preset and then you change stuff, it becomes custom mode. It's like a typical day. Wow. No, I got it. I got it. So yeah, so unfair, just to give you an idea. Your character will suffer double damage from enemies and traps. So that right there alone is just stupid. Enemies will have significantly increased power and will enjoy the usual chances of inflicting critical hits. Thankfully, they don't get more crits. It's just normal. If your main character dies, the game is over. If a companion dies, you can resurrect them with Raise Dead or a similar spell, an extremely expensive service and available to most adventurers. Now, here's the thing. From what I understand, when you play on hard or challenging or normal or whatever, whenever you die, you are not dead. You're like unconscious. And at the end of the fight, if at least one of your characters has survived, everybody comes back up and the fight is won. Right? Now, what I'm afraid of is that I'm afraid that unfair is kind of like almost like an Iron Man thing, where like if you die, like an hardcore in Diablo or something, like if you die, you're gone. I'm just not sure. So let's see what happens. It's gonna be really hard, guys. Yeah, like I'm scared, but we'll give it a shot. Again, if I can do it, we'll just lower it, but be prepared to see me reload and die a lot. Right, so we're gonna create a character. I want to make a Paladin. So, and I want to make a female Paladin. So, I already downloaded a bunch of custom portrait, and I really dig this one. So, we're going to go to that one. So, yeah, here we go. That. And obviously female. That's actually the right hair. I'm just not sure about the face. Maybe that face? I don't know. Maybe that face. Hair needs to be that color because it's supposed to be black. And I'm human. I'm right-handed. Body type is fine. Yeah. So, let's go. Hey, Darth! Yeah! Exactly, Darth. That's why I'm going to try unfair. Because it used to be that it was impossible to do. Like, almost impossible to do. And this one was just like a cakewalk. So, I don't know. I'm going to try it again. I'm pretty sure they nerfed the game. I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure they nerfed the game, which is a big, big bummer if you ask me. But, whatever. I personally... If I would have been them, I would have left the difficulty as is. I don't believe that having it like I don't believe that having it like nerfed helps anybody. I would have preferred it stay the same, but be kind of harder. You know, like eventually you get used to it, and then you can start creating new games or whatever, or just increase the difficulty as you go. But yeah. So this is going to be pretty interesting. So I'm doing kind of the reverse thing there. I'm just not realizing that this is more white with red on the side. Yeah, I'm not doing it right. This needs to be white, and this needs to be red. Doesn't show all that much though, which is kind of a. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it reverse. I think reverse comes out better. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. All right, Paladin, as we did yesterday. As far as stats goes, we're getting charisma up here, so we can get it to 18. I'm gonna get strength to 16, and this to 14. Is that right? I feel like Yesterday I didn't have Constitution well, I had 12 point in Dex, so I had lowered my Wisdom. So I might actually do that, but instead try and well, yeah, let's not start with malices. Let's not start with malices. Let's start this playthrough right, because I don't want to start with a malice. Because it's already going to be hard enough as it is. Okay, I want to do it like I did yesterday. So I want to roleplay this a little bit, guys. We're going to roleplay a Paladin. So we're going to go lower religion, persuasion, because persuasion is not this, like, it's not necessarily intimidation. It's negotiation. Could be considered as persuasion. So, and I feel like as a Paladin, my character would impose a certain kind of respect, and my opinion would be valued. Thus, persuasion. Also, I have high charisma, so it kind of makes sense to me. And then one more point, and that one I think I said I wanted to go with Knowledge World. I'm a well-traveled, religious, obviously, because I'm a Paladin, charismatic, lawful good Paladin, because I don't have a choice. I need to be lawful good. Otherwise, I can't be a Paladin. So, yeah. All right, here, what we took yesterday, because we get two things there. Yesterday, I took toughness, so I could start this playthrough right with plenty of HP. And the other thing I had was, I think, was something about like armor focus. The thing though, well, armor focus, and I get heavy armor pretty early, if I remember correctly. So I might actually do that, because that way I would get the increase right off the bat. I think, yeah. Heavy armor, obviously. And we were Yomide, because Yomide is the inheritor, Light of the Sword, or Lady of Valor, which is the goddess of righteous valor, justice, and honor. So it's like essentially as Paladin as you can be a deity. Like this is basically what this is. Like in the defense of good and the battle against evil. You know, like that's it just fits perfectly with what we want to do. So we're gonna take that. It's great. Again, I don't have a choice. We have to be lawful good. So there we go. I don't even know why it gives me the option. Does it give me the option? No, it doesn't. Like, I have to select it, but that's the only choice. I don't have another choice. Obviously, name is going to be Shino, because fits for male and female characters. And I don't know the lady voices. I never played a female in this game, so it's going to be interesting. Obviously, my date of birth, 10th of the equivalent of January, which I think is Abadius. I believe the numbers represents the number of months, right? It goes to 12, right? Yeah, okay. So, yeah. And,
You should have run.
oh, interesting.
A mere flesh wound. I'll take care of it. A trivial task.
The road calls me. Quick, else we miss all the fun.
Wow, the madman is kind of cool. I mean, obviously I'm not going to play a madman, but that's kind of interesting.
Stand with me. Contemplate on your mistakes. I do not find this to be useful. Our path leads on.
You know what? Confident so far is my favorite, but pious might fit the bill since we're a paladin.
I'm wounded. We cannot be defeated. Let's move.
Nah.
Let us be careful. I failed. Let us bide our time. I feel faint. My skills exceed yours.
Reserve kind of cool.
I lead, you follow.
No.
This will hurt. Enemy approaching! I'm wounded.
No. See, I feel like either reserved or confident.
Ah, a test of my abilities. Follow if you dare.
Maybe not. Maybe reserved is better.
Aim carefully. No contest. I failed. Let us be careful. I feel faint. Let us bide our time. Aim carefully. My skills exceed yours.
We shall overcome. I will see this through. Stand with me. Contemplate on your mistakes. I do not find this to be useful. Our path leads on. Hold on, just a little more. I will see this through. We shall overcome.
I don't know, man.
This doesn't suit me. I stand ready. We won't falter. Strike with all your might. I'm wounded. We cannot be defeated. This doesn't suit me.
Brave's kind of works too. I feel like pious is a little bit too, like, reserved. And reserved is way too reserved.
Contest. I failed.
I stand ready. Let's move. We won't falter.
Let's make it brave.
I'm wounded.
Yeah, let's make brave. Brave, female, blah. Let's go. Yep. Whew. Okay, guys. This is it. Oh, boy. On the fair difficulty. Here we go. Oh, it's gonna suck. Oh, I'm gonna die. I am gonna die. So much. Alright, so as I want this series to be like my official series until the end, I'm gonna read everything
Our
again.
story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Where are they? This is taking forever. They didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes.
Man, my character...
Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
My character portrait is awesome. Love it. Let me just move myself a little bit, I think. Here? Yeah, maybe? Yeah?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Damn.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
I love Emery and I love Lindsay. They're so cool. I like Valerie as well. I hope we get her. Probably we will, but who knows?
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
Okay. What do you mean, my image? Or you mean me? Because my image is the same size as her image. Oh, me! Well, here's the thing. On YouTube, some people commented that I'm too big on my screens. What do you guys think? Am I too big? Or am I too small now? Because people were saying I was too big, so I shrinked myself. But am I too small now? Because if I'm too small, I'll increase my size again. It's perfect. I don't mind. I was just wondering, like, because I wasn't getting any other feedback other than the people on YouTube that were saying I was too big. What do you think, Darth? I'm gonna follow your judgment. Your screen's small. Okay. Maybe I could speak like this the entire time. I'm a tiny Shino.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
See, that part really is interesting, because essentially, for those of you that weren't there when we played the first time, like, there's this country, right, Brevoy, and then there's this other country that they're at war with most of the time. And in the middle of those, there's a patch of land called the Stolen Lands. So the reason it's called that is because nobody can hold it. Everybody keeps stealing it from the other side. And so essentially, Brevoy, well, the country I'm in right now, I'm in the city of Restov, but Brevoy, which is the country in which Restov is, wants to finance a group to go in there, claim the territory for their own, not for Brevoy, but really for that own group of people, which would be me, and then they supposedly wouldn't try after that to use us as their puppet. Like, they're willing to finance this whole thing and just give it to me, because it's easier for them to deal with me than to deal with bandits that currently own the land, or the, other country they're at war with.
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
No, I'm good, but well, I'm not good. I'm gonna ask questions, but see, that's the part where, like, I don't think they're gonna leave me alone once that's done. I think they just want somebody to take care of them, and then they'll just, like, invade me or something, or try to puppet me into being whatever they want me to be. We'll see. There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
If I may please answer the question.
Gemini clears her throat loudly, interrupting the argument. She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down as everyone directs their attention towards her.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
Why not just recognize the Stag Lord as Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
You're helping us found a barony. What do you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
What rewards can we expect exactly?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
I love this line. I keep saying it every time, but I gotta say it again. The Lord Mayor's eyebrow rises so far, he almost drops his monocle. Like, can you imagine? That's hilarious.
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Yeah?
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Jemendi smiles. See, that's the part that tells me that maybe she's up to something. She's trying too hard to appease everybody.
Now you're talking.
It's clear as day.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet, go, and return in triumph.
Yeah. Again, he wants way too much. Like, he's way pushing it.
My name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
Yeah, I'm Shino. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
Lindsay blushes a little. So, what do you think barons wear, guys? I'm thinking like a pretty bow. Like a pretty bow. That's what a baron wears, right? You sure that he's a baron? I mean, that makes sense. Wait, a book?
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly? And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Love it. What about the barbarian? She looks pretty heroic. I think her name's Amiri.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic. You can tell she could tear a bear's head off with her bare hands, but she kind of scares me just a little. But, I mean, her sword's twice as big as I am. She could cut me down without even noticing. Just think on it a bit, all right? I'm sure you'll agree.
Lindsay's voice falls to a whisper. I love this. She's like, yeah, but I'm tiny and she has a big sword.
All right. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
Yep. Tortuccio says, tomorrow our glorious journey begins. Are you ready? I hope so. I don't need layabouts on my team. Finally, the idle talk's over. Can't wait to set out. What game is Jamendi playing? I'm not used to feeling like a pawn. Get some rest before the road. You've got a difficult journey ahead of you. I'll double the guard for the night just as a precaution. Okay. Yeah, camera, I'm good. Let's get out. And let's die. A whole bunch of times. Yeah, she wants to, man. She's so up in it, man. She all she wants is adventures. Which is great, which is fantastic.
Help! Help!
Lindsay bursts into your room. She looks scared. Her face is smeared with soot, and she holds a weapon in her hands. What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help.
I like that I wasn't even sleeping. I'm like already fully dressed up, weapon in hand, good to go.
Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
As if to lend credence to Lindsay's word, a scream echoes from the hallway. You're not going anywhere. Okay, combat. Blah, I'm aware. Now, I want to see something first, though. A 15 AC only, because I'm wearing scale mail, which is kind of meh. It's not bad, but it's not great. No need to charge because I'm too close anyway. Plus, it would be bad for me. Let's just attack normally.
We can do it!
Well, yeah, obviously. That was normal, guys. The first two fights are easy. It's the third one that, like, murders everybody. See, this is a chain shirt. Not as good as what I have. Also, it's super heavy, so we're not even going to bother with that. I'll leave that there. I'm gonna loot all of this. Person dead in their bed, unfortunately. So I know there's a fight here, the second fight, but I don't want to do it just yet. I'm gonna loot this place first.
It is done.
So guys, this is the official run I'm going to do for the game. So I'm going to read the lore. I'm going to read the lore. And yeah. So bear with me. Tell us, oh teacher, why would Brevoy call us barbarians in the books you give us? The gods became angry with our homeland, my son. This land has devoured so many great empires as if it was unwilling to bear life. There are centuries-old ruins around our settlement. They were ravaged by a star that fell from the sky. The kingdom of the Cyclopes was the first victim of its curse. New settlers claimed this land 10 centuries later to establish a beautiful country named Yoberia, which stretched from the Lake of Mists and Veils to the Castrovan Sea. But the curse still lay upon these lands, and trouble came once again. Our ancestors suffered numerous maladies, the tear plague, the char death, and the choking death, one after another, leaving only pain behind. Well, people say that Otib the Necromancer was to blame. But who knows? A great civilization was turned to dust. This is why I'm teaching you. Brevoy shouldn't make fun of you or call you barbarian. The Curse of Ancient Yoberia by Astef